Hey, what's going on, guys? SixMax here, and in the background of today's video, we're bringing you guys some Modern Warfare 3 free-for-all gameplays from That Is Online on the map Interchange, where he gets 2 Moabs and just misses the third one. So definitely a sick gameplay by him. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. He has some great gameplays on there. Also, my channel will be in the description as well, so go check that out if you guys are interested. But anyways, you guys, I'm not here necessarily to talk about the gameplay, even though it's a pretty sick one. I actually want to talk to you guys today about a topic a lot of you are facing at the moment, or you'll face, which is, getting that first job when you're younger. And really, I just want to talk about the struggles of getting those first couple jobs and maybe give you guys a few tips that you might find useful if you're just starting to work or you'll be looking for a job in the near future, stuff like that. So, but keep in mind, you guys, I'm not here to brag or anything like that, but this is coming from someone who's had years and years of job experience. I've been a manager before, and I've had over 10 years of working experience. Really, the things I'm going to tell you are a few things that have really worked for me. And obviously, no one in the world gets literally every job they interview for, but I can promise you guys that just by following a few easy things I make sure I do every single time, it'll massively increase your chances of finding a job. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about these things. So let's face it, you guys, you're not going to get your dream job early on in life 9 times out of 10, unless you have some, like otherworldly ability, like, maybe you're like 6'8" and crazy athletic. You can just be like a professional basketball player, or you're some amazing soccer player, or whatever it is. You're some genius who can, develop some startup company like an Apple or something like that. But if you're pretty much a normal person, kind of like I am, you have to face reality that definitely at least your first few jobs that you have will, be far from your dream jobs. Honestly, if you can find a job really early on that somewhat ends up relating to what you end up doing as a career later in life, then you're one of the lucky ones for sure, and more power to you. But for the most part, the typical jobs that most people get started out, whether you're in high school or before that or even after that, are usually just whatever job you can get your hands on. The key in this type of situation is if you literally have no job experience, you just want to get a job, any job. You have to just kind of start building onto that resume so you can create that kind of like that snowball effect. What really helps is if you can start getting sales and cash handling experience really early on, no matter what it is, whether it's selling shoes at a shoe store and running the cash register as well, or whether it's working at your local yogurt shop or whatever it is. This is such a big part about getting into the workforce. You have to start somewhere, and any decent job is going to require that you have at least a small amount of experience before that. So you got to start somewhere. You got to start at the bottom. So let's talk about how you can start looking for a job like this. Well, there's a few ways to look. And keep in mind, you guys, this is coming from my perspective, which is in the United States. You might have it a little bit different if you guys live in another country, but some of the best ways to find a job nowadays are on sites like, Craigslist, sometimes even your local newspaper. And a big one is just when you're out and about, just doing whatever you normally do. All over the place, you'll see signs that say, hiring in front of a business, something like that. But don't go in right away if you see one of those signs. Keep that in mind, you guys. Maybe even write that down in your notes on your phone or something, so you can remember which business has the hiring sign in front of it. So let's start out with the example that you saw a hiring sign in front of, let's say like a sandwich shop or something like that, for example. Well, when you see it, write that down, and when you get home, look up that business. If you already know a little bit about that business, because maybe it's a chain or something like that, think about what they do, and so you can have some questions in your head just in case if you need that. Next, prepare your resume. Now, this is a hypothetical situation as if you've never had a job before. So what would you put on your resume if you've never had a job before? Well, first, make sure your resume is, a good, clean format with a nice, easy to read font, basically. Look on Google if you need to for resume layouts and all that kind of stuff. They're all over the place on there. But because you've never had a job, fill it out with whatever you've done so far in life, what you like to do. Write down things like your name, your email, your phone number. Also put down where you go to school or where you went to school. Put down things like, just put down whatever you like to do. Like if you played on the school soccer team, put that down. Also put down, if you've done any community service, stuff like that. Even if it's just a small thing, keep in mind these are entry-level, low-paying jobs, you guys, but these are extremely important because they're what starts the ball rolling in your job life. I know for myself, I would have never gotten to where I am today without my first few jobs. They got me, not only some experience on my resume, but I made a ton of dumb mistakes, which helped me learn a ton for, later on in life. So now that you've gotten your resume ready, this is a big one. Don't just call the business and ask if you can apply. Go into that place. Make sure they have a face and a personality with the resume. Dress nicely. Don't ever show up for an interview or even to drop off a resume in a t-shirt and jeans. Please, you guys. Anything like that. That's a huge mistake. A quote that I like a lot is, you want to dress for the job you want, not the job you have, which basically means if you'd like to have that manager's job soon, don't look like you're the janitor. Dress like you were meant to be in that position, you know, that manager position or whatever it is. Also, it's always better to overdress than it is to underdress. No one will ever knock off points if you've overdressed in a professional way, at least in an interview, but I can guarantee they'll knock off points if you underdress for an interview. Underdressing for an interview is a huge mistake, and it's something they notice the minute you walk through the door. So you've got your resume all ready to go. You're dressed nice and you walk into the business. Now what? The next thing you should do is never drop off your resume with just anyone you walk into. A lot of people make this mistake. I've seen it a million times. Walk right up to the first employee you see and say, "Can I speak to the manager for a minute?" Because trust me, that 16-year-old making the sandwich right there is not the one that might hire you. The manager is, and they could be making the sandwiches too, but you only want to drop off your resume with the manager or, whoever's doing the hiring really. And when you talk to this person, you want to say something along the lines of this. This is what I kind of like to go with. You want to say something like, "Hi, my name is such and such. Whatever your name is, I saw you guys were hiring, so I wanted to come by, introduce myself, and drop off my resume." Make a little small talk, something like that. Always have a smile on your face and always have a positive attitude, because I can promise you'll definitely impress them. Now, just because this is a low-paying job and it's not exactly the most glamorous thing to do, like I mentioned before, it's actually really, really important. Jobs like these will teach you a few huge key things in life. It'll teach you how to be humble. It'll teach you, really important social skills. It'll teach you how to work for a boss, and maybe even learn how to make a damn good sandwich as well. But anyways, you guys, those are just a few job tips from a guy who's had to learn the hard way and who's had years and years of job experience. But all right, you guys, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys like the gameplay in the background. Again, that gameplay was by That Is Online. Again, go check him out, you guys. He has some sick gameplays for sure. Let's see if we can hit 175 likes on this video, you guys, for almost getting that triple Moab. That would be awesome, you guys. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. It really means a lot. We mean that. And thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope a few of these job tips will help you guys out. Again, my name's SixMax, and my channel link will be in the description. But I'm out of here, you guys. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye.